I think so many of the solutions are actually both local and global and national. A lot of it is about personal decisions, about do we decide to drive when we don't need to drive, what kind of places do we live in, what sort of decisions do we make when we buy things. And so on the local level, there's a personal level, there's very important things that we can do. On the national level, on the government side, there's incentives, and there's incentives to do things that are good for the environment, or subsidies to do things that are not so good for the environment. So I think they work on both sides. Oh, well, in 40 years ago, the original Earth Day, rivers were catching on fire. We had raw sewage going into our waterways, and we had smokestacks were belching black smoke. And it was easy to see the problems. The solutions were pretty straightforward, and it's just a matter of getting money put in the right place to solve it. Today, the problems are more subtle. They're more complicated. There are relationships between how the climate is changing and how that influences the agricultural pollution on the lakes. There's relationships between food supply, transportation, energy, and transportation on the lakes, for example. So they're complicated, and the solutions are more complicated. So it's not your father's environmental problems anymore. It's our generation's problem. It's your generation's problem. So it's more difficult.